So yeah, aside from Freddie muttering and like not getting a good night's sleep at all because he keeps having these fucking dreams where he's just fucking laying there, can't move, and the fucking bright light is on him, and then these fucking guys with the big heads and the fucking big dark eyes come out and let him go and uses a switch probe, and Freddie's like, woo, woo. So anyway, morning eventually dawns. You guys eat. How many bar things did you do you carry in your ever full pack there, Glenn?
Oh, let's see. Comes with it's two enormous ones. They're each 3,600 calories.
Yeah, that's about 1 day each. You guys are burning a lot of calories out here.
Yeah.
I mean, hiking through jungles and running and hiding and shit. So yeah, no problem. You're pretty much out of food, but you know you've got a few crumbs left for breakfast, and you eat that and think about the monkeys that gave their lives to making it, and yeah, where to? Clean Glenn out of food. You're thinking those pigs are pretty plentiful, by the way. Just FYI.
Could go for some bacon.
Oh yeah.
Can we just please find the cave? I want out. I hate jungles. I hate water. I hate swamps. I hate trees. I hate bushes. I hate the ground, caves, everything.
I think that would be a good second insanity instead of the fireman is hatred of the outdoors and all that's in it. Anytime you're out in the city, like Alex Kinley never builds up like electrical skills and all that. You just refuse to roll any kind of survivals. You're just fucking miserable, and if other people don't carry you through it, you're just gonna fucking lay down and die. I'm not saying literally carry, but like she's making the survival stuff. You see what I mean? That's an insanity. And it definitely comes up every adventure. I mean, it's like, I stay in the city because it's safe there, and I order a coffee because fuck you. That's an easy one to play. Plus, it fits into your character super well. He's definitely not a country boy. Up to you, but thought I'd put it out there.
Let's ask the skull about that ship.
What ship? Everybody looks at Freddie.
Said he saw a ship with a
I describe it
searchlight.
to the best of my abilities.
I did not see anything from within the sweater of blindness.
It's just as well you didn't.
Silence! You are hungry. You guys look around at each other, realizing that just a couple weeks from now, unless you can kill a pig somehow, you have to eat each other. And you both know who's going first. The guy who won't climb the waterfall. Climbs up buildings, take him to a city and say, we got to climb up this fucking building. He'll be like, yeah, okay, I'm excellent at climbing mountains. He is like a fucking snake monkey thing going up. Waterfall? No, I'm gonna die. Look, water splashed me. I kill everybody. Yeah, so he hates water and he hates the outdoors. He's not agoraphobic, but he hates the country life. I'm sure there's a real life insanity like that.
Probably.
Everybody give me an endurance roll too for other stuff.
Ooh.
Plus, it's free check endurance if you can make it.
Nailed it.
Yep, Freddy's fine, and it all comes down to Survivor Woman.
Yes, got it.
Well done. Everybody gets a check in endurance. Nobody seems to be suffering any ill effects from living rough.
Okay.
So yeah, some fucking endurance. God damn. Oh, it's crunches.
Mrs. or Miss survivor lady, Dana.
Dana.
You've become a topic.
What is the most likely place where a cave would be?
That's a good question. I would say somewhere that has sandstone or limestone deposits.
Yes.
Oh.
Find some karstic topography.
I can
Okay.
roll natural history or something.
Well, I'll tell you what. Hold the roll until I say this may have some. Give us a natural history roll. The ground you're on right now, it's jungle. If there's a cave, you'll know as soon as Freddy falls into it because he was like hating nature, and nature decided to get him by chopping him from up and underneath. I'm curious if you guys are ever going to get out of here myself, but good luck. Good luck.
Well,
You've definitely got a mission, though. Yeah.
let's check the jungle that we haven't explored yet.
Well,
I thought we explored all of them.
You've explored the jungle from High Bluff. You can go to Waterhole or back to jungle that you've already explored and found not one, not two, not three, but 4 different pylons in.
That's the same jungle.
That is indeed the same jungle. So pretty much from here you can go to Watering Hole. From Watering Hole, you can either go back to the Mountains of Insanity, which no doubt have the Cliffs of Insanity in them, or you can go east to the Great Unknown.
Okay. What's east?
Right. You head east past the Watering Hole, emerging from the jungle, and there's still a lot of jungle, but it looks like somebody's used napalm or giant flamethrower or whatever. Said, "All right, I need to burn me make it a 10-kilometer swath around my new evil bad guy base." This is where your binoculars are really fucking kicking in because you guys are pretty much staying in the edge of the jungle and looking. There is a huge bad guy base. We are talking about, it's got several different buildings. It's got patrols with dinosaurs walking around it. It's got aerial patrols. Give me a luck roll, Glenn, as you're the one looking through the binoculars.
At a quarter.
There's some dude with 4 arms standing on the roof, like we're talking a few kilometers away. You can barely see him, but you can tell he's got 4 arms because one of them he's like pointing at something, and the guys near him are like, and they're all dressed like sand people from the Star Wars thing, kind of. And also from here, give me a spot hidden roll at half, Glenn, as you're the only one who brought the binoculars. I mean, later you can pass them around. Okay, great. It appears that the base includes some sort of big surgery type thing, some sort of breeding area for dinosaurs, which is a tricky thing. And there's some like very unlucky workers in there. It shows when I'm pushing the ass of a T-Rex. Come on. And then there's also like lab-looking places, and then a big base. And you're looking at it, and you can just feel your heart sinking because there's also like posts that are out in the fucking like burned area and stuff. They're big white posts and stuff, and they've got some sort of complicated electronic shit on the tops of them. Just imagine big matches, but instead of the striker thing, there's some electronic shit, and instead of the wood, it's like some sort of plastic shit stuck around, many of them. And you're looking at it going, how in the fuck are we meant to do anything here? How? You've seen breaking that nuclear power plant that you were going to go investigate, the theft of plutonium, much easier than this. So this is like way up from that, and you're like, I got it. So that's what you see through your binoculars.
Well, shit.
Now here, there's a northern way that you could go, and then anything else that you. Oh, and there's an eastern way you go. I mean, you could sneak around the base. And it does appear you can't see it well from here because it's a few kilometers away. But there is something east of the base. You could sneak all the way around the base, which will pretty much. If you go all the way around the base to see whatever the fuck that is, and maybe a little bit more down, and then went back to the big cave to sleep in and slowly starve to death or whatever, that would be pretty much your day right there. Just so you know about how much distance we're talking about. Because, this evil bad guy with his army, I forgot to mention there's a lot of other things there. In addition to patrols and stuff, you're not sure how many creatures are there, but I'm guessing 200, 300, 400, somewhere in there, 200 to 400-ish. They all seem busy doing stuff, like packaging dinosaurs for shipping, and you see them putting T-Rex in a giant crate. It's fighting them, and they're stuffing it in, putting in packing peanuts and shit, and so yeah, that kind of thing. I mean, they're not literally doing it, but they're getting shit ready. And so they're assembling a army of extraordinary magnitude, forged, no doubt, in the tradition of their ancestors. Zog will have their gratitude.
It's a lot. Pass the binoculars around.
To whom?
To Dana Zool.
Dana, the cord's still on his neck when he hands him over.
You want to get off the strap?
Oh, well, she's nicer tonight in bed. I'd be like, yeah, no problem. You give her the binoculars. Dana, give me a spot hidden roll at half for extra shit.
Hey.
Ooh.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
You can't tell what's north of here because it's too goddamn far away. The thing that Glenn missed is there seems to be some sort of looks like a smallish gate that is northeast of the bad guy's base, barely within sight of it. You're going to guess that, like, going over there, sneaky ninja time, if you want to check that out. But whatever it is, it appears to be kind of broken, like something happened. But it was a gate, like archway thing, but something happened. It's partially broken now.
Shattered stone?
No, not here. And then there's far to the east, like past. Oh, you also with your fucking critical. It looks like there's a huge cleared circular area. It looks like around it is what appears to be several huge claw things set around it that are all kind of sticking up out of the ground, and like the claws slightly bent inward. The circle itself, which you're going to guess could be it's either a magic circle for like, hey, let's all get together and do a ritual, or possibly a big gate thing. It's about 1 kilometer in diameter.
That's big.
Well, when you're dealing with dinosaur shipment, apparently size matters. Yeah. Oh, and you also do see, it looks like those flying spaceship things, like what Freddie had described, but you don't have to tell him about them, nor hand him the binoculars if you don't. Because he's so miserable, why cheer him up with that? But the look on his face, like, motherfucker. And yeah, they've got a couple of those that are just parked nearby, and it looks like they're getting them ready. From what you can tell, they have the equivalent of machine door gunner type things for those, where they got some assholes sitting on them to spray ammo. You're guessing, give me an evidence analysis roll, Dana Zool, with your fucking A2 spot hidden.
Yeah.
You're going to guess that they don't have to have door gunners, but it's probably much more satisfying to have door gunners than just some asshole sitting inside the heavily protected thing playing death like a video game. So they probably get more visceral feel from killing things. Also, with your amazing spot hidden roll, you're thinking that not all of the creatures, and I would like to point out that this guy has all of his minions in like all the same kind of uniforms with like the big visor thing so you can't see their face and stuff because that makes them all more uniform, apparently. And it looks like there may be several different races of shit, which will probably drain the rest of Freddy's sanity. Would you like to hand him binoculars? I'm not saying that you can see them, which race, but if you start popping off helmets and shit to take a look at them, because you can just tell some of them are definitely not human-ish at all.
I will explain to Glenn and Freddie what I saw, and then let it be Freddie's choice.
Freddie, would you like to play with the hand grenade? Yes, please.
Oh, quite alright. I'm pretty sure you saw everything. I'm peachy.
So to be clear, it's pretty much past here is big bad guy base. Past that, big magic circles / gate. Beyond that, mountains, the eastern mountains. And then north of here, there's nothing south of here until you get to the big mountains and stuff. South of here, the mountains, and then if you were to head north, there is kind of a path. You could go take that path without going to the bad guy's base if you wanted to circumvent the bad guy's base, of course. But yeah, that's what you find here.
And the quote-unquote gate that was broken is just...
It looks like it was an archway and something bad happened to it.
But not in a cave, just in an archway.
Not even close to a cave, I'm afraid.
Okay. Fine. Alright. Oh, no cave here. Yeah.
I was going to let the skull see.
She's holding the binoculars up in front of the skull who's complaining. Focus, silence, focus, silence. It doesn't, it's not really able, its eye vision isn't very good, unfortunately. It just keeps muttering about focus and silence. Give me a empathy at half roll, Dana, because it doesn't make any facial gestures or anything like that. And when it talks, its voice seems to kind of talk inside of your heads because its mouth doesn't move.
Yeah, I made that.
You think it likes you. It's like, oh, my new human is fine. But it won't say it because it's a crotchety, dead creature of some sort. But yeah, it seems to be getting on okay with you. It just mutters it. And when you put it in your sweater of silence, and then it pretty much falls silent. You appear to have some sort of new familiar. Weird. Congratulations, I guess. So what do you guys want to do? It is a fun familiar.
Doesn't look like we're killing a general.
No.
Does anybody have tactics skill?
Even if I did, I refuse to use it.
Very well. Does anybody? Well, everybody has tactics. Everybody, give me a learn roll. Who doesn't refuse to use it? If you do refuse to use it,
I'll use it. Fine.
I'm okay either way.
Nope.
Oh my goodness! Really?
you know how to kill the general. You think, well, fuck. Unfortunately, you don't have the materials. Well, fortunately, you don't have the materials.
No.
Unless he is hero point rated. No, he is. All you would need is several good sniper rifles, and you could possibly pop him, when he's out wandering around.
All right, keep that to myself.
Yeah.
That's the way Logan thought of. You guys may think of other things. There are a lot of other ways that have been thought of already, but that is one possibility.
I do not share this information.
I mean, it did occur to me, but we don't have rifles or skill with rifles.
Yeah, no, none of the PCs really are into rifles, and very few are even into guns. So I think you're one of the only gun guys around. Freddie's building up his rifle skill. I have no idea what his pistol is, but he's not really what anybody would call a super expert trained sniper at this point. So,
I'm like, I can point it.
He's a motivated hobbyist, I think. So,
Yeah.
good deal.
It
would definitely be one of those fucking epic shots, too, where you got to compute for bullet drop, the Coriolis effect, all that bullshit. What temperature is it exactly? That'll impact the bullets by a good fucking foot. Crazy shit like that.
Yeah.
So do we want to check out the mysterious pathway that will probably not have anything?
It's not even a stealth roll, assuming you guys take your time and go through the more of the jungle and stuff, as opposed to edging around the big burned area within vision. That'd be bad.
You want to go north? Is that what I'm hearing?
I just want to find a cave. That's what I want.
Oh, yeah. Might be on the far side of the base here. Yeah, let's keep exploring.
So, do you want to go north or around the base and continue east? Or you go north, then east if you want to do it logically, I guess.
Is there something to the north beyond skirting around the north side of the base?
Yes. You want to go explore?
Yeah.
You guys head up north, and no stealth roll required. You take your time, go up north, and eventually you find a big shattered stone with loads of occult and mystical markings and stuff that had been put upon it. It looks like the stone was shattered and partially reduced to dust. The powder itself has a bit of a sparkle to it. Not sure what's up with that.
It's a shattered stone.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Does anybody have no, never mind. Go on, carry on. There you go. That's it looks you guys have been through enough gates. I'm not even gonna be cagey. It looks like this was part of a gate. Something happened. But where it went, what happened is a mystery. Unless you can figure it out, and that's less of a mystery.
Can I take a sample of the glowing stone?
Certainly, you take it. Make a note. This is powder from Dino World. They call it Dino World.
What is does the stone do the stone fragments have any markings on them?
Lots of strange occult and mystical markings.
Can any of you read those?
That'd be an occult roll to figure out the mystical occult markings and mystical markings.
Sure, I'll try one.
Nope.
Nope.
Everybody looks at him for a while and goes,
Well, we found the shadow stone. But...
I made it. I made my occult.
Ooh.
Oh my God.
Oh, wow.
It's definitely a gate, and it looks as though the gate went to some sort of seam. It was made to go into a seam that was in somewhere else, some sort of seam where reality went back upon itself. It is made to enter into that. The butt crack of reality, if you will.
That's weird.
Yeah.
Well, Glenn, you and I would need to eat.
Is this gate somehow now its potential being used for the big platform summoning thing?
Not as far as you can tell, but if you had some way of seeing magic, then you could use your analyze magic skill upon it to get more information. Do you have any seeing magic shit?
No.
Cool.
I think we borrowed those goggles, but we kept putting them back like good people.
You're thinking that you would really like to get your own set of excellent magic goggles if you can figure out a way to get those, and more importantly, the super shock absorbent case that makes them much bigger. But really, because those things are those are more delicate than regular glasses because they got extra lenses and shit on them. So
they explode.
They do. So definitely good. With the Chris in it, if somebody is to like, oh, shoot that Chris, blow off his head and see if he'd laugh at that, that's bad.
Mm-hmm.
That's all that's here. So unless you want to continue east past what's either a giant magic circle or giant gate thing and head over to the mountains to the east, and go back to try to hunt a boar or something, which, given that you've got pistols, I'm thinking it's likely, but not 100% that you could kill a pig, which would probably run off and leave you starving and with less ammo and possibly alerting other things around that somebody has a gun.
Mm.
And we're not killing animals.
Other than, the vegan has spoken there, and she has your binoculars, so if you want to get them back.
I need to eat.
Oh, you're in charge of foraging then.
Typical. I put my foot down on one thing, and it's like, you are now completely responsible on your own for this huge, important thing.
I mean...
The pigs are eating something.
Yeah, they're probably eating dinosaur shit.
And so shall we then.
Oh. How do you know that they weren't eating meat?
I mean, they're pigs. They eat everything.
Are you guys like just flat out
Dinosaurs.
forage?
I'll help you, but I don't know what I'm doing.
Forage up a pig.
But if you tell me, hey, look for this mushroom thing, it looks like this, sure.
Not messing around with mystery mushrooms.
Oh, there's nothing better than that. Just because actual real-life mushroom experts sometimes die horribly from the wrong choice doesn't mean you can't try mushrooms that are back from the Cretaceous period just to see what happens. I've actually hung out with a real-life mushroom gatherer who's living in Indonesia.
Yeah, might as well play Russian roulette there.
Except I hear it takes a lot longer.
Oh yeah, you'll be dying all fucking day. So, you guys heading back to the Cave of Doom / watering hole area? Why you still got daylight?
We might find a cave in those mountains, but
they do look super mountainous.
Are we running low on daylight?
It depends. If you can get to the mountains while it's still daylight, but then Dana will be trying to build you a shelter in the mountains and then foraging for your food because she's the only one who knows what the fuck she's doing here. I mean, you guys can help. She'd be like, okay, grab all the sticks that look like this. And you'd be like, and then you'll pick up a snake and go, oh, I mean, but yeah, I mean, I'm not saying you can't help, but so yeah, you could press onto the mountains if you wanted. You should be at least to the foothills and stuff before it takes a couple hours to get ready for night. It's not like, well, we just slept. No. You got to do stuff and you got to get food, and just gathering food can take hours,
Can we get close enough to the mountains that we can have a look through the binoculars for signs of a cave?
No, you'd need to go explore the mountains.
All right.
So, pressing on.
Let's go back to known shelter that worked with a supposed direct spotlight right on it and look for food on our way there.
And then go back tomorrow to the mountains.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So you guys head back. Now, you two, not Dana yet, you two give me survival rolls. This is to help her out. You are attempting to support. I'm assuming you don't just go up and shoot a pig repeatedly in the face and put her off. Like, hey, what's up, piggy?
I mean, we might resort to that.
I'm not saying you won't, but I'm saying that that's not a good starting negotiation with the vegan.
He only has to find 1/3 as much plant matter.
True. By the way, everybody make sure you've got 4 cards or less before you do some rolling, because you probably get some red cards that will end up causing Freddie to be taking the ice bucket challenge without his prior written consent.
Okay.
I have survival Arctic.
Democracy.
I'm assuming that's not going to help.
Actually, you can roll that in order to support, because you're using just
Okay.
generalized survival shit
Yeah.
just to try to help. Although survival Arctic, great skill to have. I think, is Glenn anti-supporting?
Yep.
Glenn is fucking being a little bitch because you won't let him blast a pig in the face.
Oh, you guys.
So he's actually giving you a -10 onto your shit. The other guy, he's not really any help, but unlike Glenn, he's not trying to actively.
Do you want a +10 skill card?
Yes.
Yeah, it is a lower is better. I'll give you different results based on how good you get.
I have a skill +5, or were you just looking for something to dump? Or
Just give me crap, everyone.
I think it went in there. Maybe not.
Trading cards in this is a real bitch. You can pretty much trade one to somebody else, but if you both try to trade at the same time, then it seems to fuck it up because they really didn't appear to think anybody'd play cards in this.
All right. We are going to try our survival. And I'll put
At a -10 because of Glenn. He keeps like trying to hit you with a snake whip or something.
Oh, you need to trade me something back.
All right. You should have a +5 skill in there.
No. Did you give me something? I don't have anything. I have 3 cards.
Well, keep in mind, you can only use the skill +10
okay.
on yourself.
Yeah, I'll pick it up.
All right, I'm going to use the skill +10 that Freddie just gave me to offset Glenn's surliness.
It shows him with one live snake in either hand, whipping him at you while you're trying to gather fruit. He's like, yeah.
Okay, here we go. Yeah, made it at under half.
All right. You find the weirdest fucking thing ever. You find a fucking tomato the size of a fucking table. You're like, you look around. There's a couple more also. And then you find like a carrot, but you're not sure how to get it out of the ground because it's too big. And you're like, what kind of dumb shit is this? You know, I mean, they're just ridiculously big vegetables, and you don't know why. I mean, you could make a giant-sized soup, but you know, it just getting this shit back. I mean, if you could put wheels on this fucking tomato, and you know, the 3 of you squeeze in and ride it around. I mean, it's a big tomato.
Must be the dino fertilizer.
Yeah, that could be it. Plus all the other normal good survival stuff and all that, because you've set up Freddie just making some simple stuff like patching up the bamboo thing and taking out dead stuff and putting in live stuff. You ignore Glenn, who's like he's whipping everybody with snakes, and yeah, you've got plenty of food for tonight. Nothing great for carrying. If the carrot would keep for at least a day or two, I mean, even in this heat, but getting to it's a real pain in the ass. You didn't even realize it was a carrot. You thought it was a tree, and it's like,
Can't we
no.
use some of
Got a
Glenn's
hatchet.
containers? Oh, a hatchet, yeah. Look.
Yeah, you go in, dig it out. It'd be mostly digging. A shovel would be a big help right now.
Oh.
I mean, she could try to make one, but again, everything is time and calories when you're in survival.
Yeah. I think we're fine for now, honestly.
Fill up on tomato right now and hack out some carrot to take with us.
You know what goes great with tomato?
Pig.
Yes.
It's true.
No problem. You guys eat.
I get it that you're from the 1920s and you've had several breakfasts without like half a slab of ribs. Really?
Doesn't mean it was proper.
Yeah, you're still angry about women being given the vote, Glenn. Now look where you've fallen to. See, give them the vote, and everything goes down. Next thing you know, they're out trying to tell you you can't kill a pig to eat it. So, right, it's the next day. You guys have got a bunch of carrot that's been hacked out, and it just shows like top little bit of a carrot missing. Shows you guys like each clutching your own big orange fucking football. Yeah, you're ready to rock. You guys head back, skirt around the evil bad guy base, and head toward the mountains.
Yeah.
Is that where you think you're going to find salvation?
Yep.
Maybe.
Righty then.
I hope so.
No problem.
Make it so that the head of wisdom can see. Give him a view.
No problem. It seems happy about this, actually. You catch it humming to itself now and then, as you know, it's into it.
Silence.
You guys head through a huge. I've written an ass load of random jungle with dinosaurs in it, pretty fucking big. Yeah, this is their hunting area and stuff. Everybody, just to make it simple, give me a stealth roll because this is where the lasts of the dinosaurs are hiding out, and you don't want to meet them because they're bad.
I'm gonna play my +5.
That's good. I hope Glenn's a ninja.
I'm a ninja.
Ah, good. I was gonna say Glenn stands there with no shirt on, 2 snake whips. Yeah, just dinosaur going. Ah!
Yeah, I made mine as well.
Nice. You guys head over to the mountains and climb up them, and you're going through, and pretty soon you realize that you're no longer in the eastern mountains, you're in the western mountains. Give me sanity rolls, please, as the fucking world is wrapped around. God damn it.
I maxed out.
Nice.
Nope.
It's if you make it and you're not maxed out, it's 1 point. If you're not or if you fail it and you're not maxed out, it's D6. And look, the city is up ahead. God damn it.
I max out with 2.
Nice.
2 points max me out. So
excellent. And okay, couple interesting things here.
I think I'm freaking out.
Good. Oh, okay. You got 6. Nice. Did you have 6 points or more to max out space-time distortion?
Oh, I take all 6.
Nice. Okay, now you want to make a willpower times 3 roll. How low is your sanity on Sheila?
Yeah, I'm looking into possibilities of re-rolling.
Well, I wasn't sure what it's at because I'm curious to see if you're getting close to 40, 30, or 20.
Yeah.
Yeah? Oh, that's permanent insanity time.
I started with really high, so I'd be hitting 50.
Oh, 50 is fine. You're as stable as the average person. Who is all that stable, I know.
I used to be like that today.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I think that'd be a fun concept character. Just start somebody with all of your stat points in Sandy. You're the nothing bothers me person. It's like, yes, everything's fine. I'm gonna go max blooded killing real quick. Shoot him in the face. Shoot him in the face. And then work on your other stats.
I'm just gonna take it.
Excellent. I need a willpower times 3. If you make it, everything's fine. If you don't, it's not so fine.
Did not make it.
Not so fine. So now roll a d4. Fight, flight, freak, freeze. 4 is a good one for her. Great. She goes and just stands there like that for a while. And you guys look at her, and she just stands there. You look at her. It shows you looking at your watch. And eventually she snaps out of it. That's only bad when you're in combat. That's D20 long-ass rounds of standing there wondering if you'll be attacked and killed.
I pat her on the shoulder. I understand.
Now from here, there's a couple of interesting things. First off, you guys are up high, looking around, and hold on. Now you remember that waterfall I described earlier?
Oh.
You find its big brother.
Bigger.
It is.
I turn around and look the other way.
You do so, and you see a cavern. You say, "Well, that worked out." Near the picture of the dinosaur is the waterfall. Now, for those who are okay with looking down at the waterfall, give me a spot hidden roll, please.
Yes.
Nice. Glenn goes, the sun! Drops his snake whips. They slither away. The sun! Bouncing off the water. About halfway down, Dana, you see a little bit of a blue mist all in one plane, like you're thinking possibly a gate. So it's not just a one-way gate. It's a one-way gate halfway down a motherfucking waterfall that is the size of Niagara goddamn Falls. What kind of idiot would make a gate halfway down a fucking huge-ass waterfall? So, in other words, if you're to jump off and somehow get through that gate, which is not an easy target to hit, especially going off a waterfall, then you'll end up here, i.e. at the bottom of the waterfall, possibly dead, possibly drowning. It's just not a good gate. Meanwhile, Mr. Lucky's looking over and going, a cave. And then, unfortunately, what starts entering your mind, Freddie, is, I wonder what kind of rock this is. She said it happens in these two kinds of rock. And now that whole conversation's going on in your mind. But yes, it is definitely a cave. It doesn't look, it looks like just a normal cave. It's big enough to walk in and all that shit.
As I see it, I'm like...
The weird thing is that there's kind of a white mist stuff coming out of it.
As I'm not looking at the waterfall, I reach back and I'm like trying to feel for one of them, like grab them and shake them, and I'm like,
give me a luck roll versus awkward situation.
I knew that was coming.
Oh yes, of course. It makes for a much better scene. You are being molested right now. Apparently the Me Too movement has not helped enough. Glenn.
Hey,
I'm glad you said I'm glad you said Glenn.
slap his hand.
It's funnier because it's less expected. Comedy. So Dana's just looking at him going, why don't I get molested? Is it because he has snake whips? So Glenn just shakes his head. Right.
None of that.
Sorry, I didn't know you were there. Look, cave.
Didn't know you were there. He makes it more awkward somehow.
Who were you trying to molest?
You hear the skull going, fucking shaved monkeys with that design.
I wasn't trying. Can you turn around and look at where I'm looking?
Okay.
It looks like some sort of cave. It's one of those kind where the rock is cracked, so you kind of squeeze through it sideways a little bit. Big enough to walk in, though.
I start going that way.
Ha ha ha! He says. When you get close, you realize that the mist is a bit cold. Do, 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 do.
Okay.
Okay.
He stops immediately. Cold. It's not good. Everything else, I mean, loitering in the mouth of the cave, nice. Nice, because, it's fucking hot out here. You've been sweating your ass off in a fucking jungle. Here it feels a bit like air conditioning if you stand right at the entrance exit.
I'm assuming it's quite deep since I don't see anything of note.
No, I would tell you if there was something interesting
Okay.
just inside the cave, dude.
Okay.
I really, really would.
You said you had 2 flashlights, Glenn?
Yep.
Can I borrow one?
Is the one glow stick still glowing?
Oh, that works too.
No, that was like fucking yesterday. You get like 4 to 6 hours max of good light if it's a military glow stick.
Okay.
Buying military glow sticks is sensational. You can do it legally. It is fucking funny how bright those things are. Don't give them to your kids. You will regret it. Don't fucking do it.
My gosh. I hand him the crank flashlight.
Okay. As soon as it's too dark to see, I'll turn it on.
No problem. By turn it on, you mean?
Yeah.
Here we go. No problem. Yeah, it going in there, you see what is very obviously some sort of archway that comes to a point, and it's got like this swirling thing inside. You're hoping it's a gate. If not, it could be some sort of stardust washing machine bullshit. Pretty
Call of
certain.
wisdom. Is this a gate?
Looks like a gate to me.
The skull of wisdom, after a long dramatic pause, goes, duh, silence.
I went through it.
Right. You run through. He disappears almost immediately as soon as he hits it. What do you two do?
Follow.
You guys go through, and then you discover that it didn't go somewhere great, but it did go somewhere else. It seems that you are in some mud, and the tunnel then goes through mud, and you have to, it looks like a really narrow squeeze, so you have to crawl through mud and do a contortions roll to get through whatever the fuck is forward of here. It looks, of course, freakishly dangerous. It shows him like, I gotta get back to Starbucks.
This is gonna go well.
So yeah, it looks pretty nasty.
Yeah, we're gonna re-roll that.
He
Yep.
gets stuck in it trying to get to Starbucks, and he just is there. And you realize at this point, unless somebody gets him out, he's probably gonna die there.
I also did not make contortions.
She's trying to crawl over you while you're super stuck.
One at a time.
Glenn just watching, going, yeah, they're both like stuck in there. Freddie is super stuck because it's kind of like a crack type thing like this, and she's on top of him trying to crawl over him, and now he's like wedged in there, but good.
Try harder, Freddy. If I have to pull you out, it'll probably dislocate your shoulder.
You can't move. Your face is getting pressed periodically into the mud, so you're having trouble breathing.
I'll try one re-roll, but...
Oh.
I have a supporter reroll card.
Oh. Yes, please.
And then I also have a reroll card for myself.
She's like kind of squished on top of him. She starts going, get through there. And you're like, and from your 1920 sensibility, you're thinking that isn't right. That's not right. That's not right. Freddie, good luck. She dry humps you through the tunnel somehow.
Wait, why are you trading me? Just play the card.
Yeah, support the reroll, right?
I'll get it right one of these years.
If you make it, you get dry hump. She dry humps you through the tunnel. You feel awkward. Now let's see if she was able to free herself as well.
Can I?
Wow,
someone
you've
on the
got
other
a
side.
20 in contortions. You're fucked. You're horribly fucked. You hope you don't run into any more bad shit. Oh my god.
Okay.
20.
Well, it's at learn, so yeah.
Oh yeah. Sorry, you missed out on a lot of the sewers of disappointment stuff when everybody got.
All right, made it.
See how good she is at contortions?
Nice.
Sewers of disappointment, brother. All right, and now it all comes down to Glenn. Glenn is the hero point draining contortions tunnel of death.
Fail.
He lays in there, waiting for death to seize him.
Can we pull him out?
Yes, you can. Who would like to support? Glenn, stop blowing into your mic, please. Who would like to support and who would like to be the main person for the pull Glenn through? Possibly dislocate his arm.
I look at the athletic question mark.
He has
And I look at-
something you could wash clothes against. It's a washboard abs. Why they?
I'll help her.
All right, great.
Okay, I'm not that. Yeah. Okay.
Do you guys want to do a replenish?
Good.
Why don't we see what the roll says? Or do you want to do it now? It's up to you. I'm happy to do it. I have 2 victory cards on me.
Ooh.
So
I have a recommendation for you dealing with card play that I will share with you since you are still learning card play. I would recommend trading one of the victories to somebody else so they're not both in the same
Okay.
hand, just in case you get fucked. Especially this close to the end. You don't want to get
Sheila,
fucked.
do you want one?
Sure.
Sure, I'll give you this one.
Yeah, you don't need to trade him anything. If you're given crap card, you can just discard that because he's going to discard it anyway for the replenish. Save time. And activation.
Got a heal.
A heal 2 hit point card?
Yep.
I would keep that because Glenn may need that soon. Depending
Well,
on
I can give it to him. I can give it to him now if he wants it.
Well, Freddy can play it as easily as I. If we wanted to
Yeah,
split
you
up.
can play it on someone else. So it's fine. Alright, do we want to replenish now?
All right. So to get you out, Glenn, is this a grapple?
No, this would be a strength roll, but you could get some support from Freddy if you'd like it. Glenn does have 2 arms. They're no longer encumbered by his snake whips.
If we're not going to replenish, then I'll help you.
All right. Glenn, do you want to pass your pack up?
It shows the pack is what's jammed him in there. He's like, I refuse to remove this backpack ever.
Yep, success, so...
So
All right.
you get +5 there, Dana.
Here's the strength roll.
This is all.
Yes.
She pulled you out like you're a fucking chihuahua. You just, roll a d4 damage on yourself because, yeah, she was like, okay, 1 point. There you go. So, yeah, she pretty much, like you're a small dog or something, just ripped you right out of the cave. Like, nope, you're
I've
coming
had
with
to help with many farmyard births.
It shows a lot of terrified looking livestock.
Thank you.
You were stuck like a pig.
Okay, and you guys continue, and the tunnel is getting colder and colder as you go, which, considering all of you are covered in mud, is not really fucking helping. Plus, he's got out of the tropics. Eventually, you come to this cave thing, and it looks like it goes up, 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 a long way, like fall is death way. Yeah. A lot of rough handholds and stuff like that. It looks like it's possible to climb, but falling here is lots of death damage worth of
You
death.
said you had rope and pitons.
Yep. A little
Do you
bit.
want Do you want to climb up first and drop the rope down first with the pitons?
Sounds like it might be higher up than my rope could reach.
How long is the rope?
Looking.
Can we see the end of it, or is it just go into the darkness?
Darkness.
I would use my torch, but I'm assuming it makes a noise, and I don't want to make a noise.
Oh, wait. Are you telling me you think pitons are quiet?
No. Oh well.
He's essentially using a metal hammer and smashing
Yeah,
a metal thing into a stone wall.
Yeah.
All right. I'll just use a torch. See
I think it's
how
50
far.
feet.
What? 50 feet? Yeah.
Yeah.
Whether you use the rope or pitons in I mean in real life, fuck yes, you'd want to use them. In the game, it's not really going to help because everybody will still have to make a climb roll. The good thing is that if you use the rope and pitons, you know that they for sure won't fall during the beginning stages. They'll only fall higher up.
Right.
Like I said, it doesn't look like an especially difficult climb. It's just if you miss, then you're going to do a lot of wild falling. And I'm not saying you can't survive it, but I'm saying it doesn't look super likely to survive it.
Okay. Well, there's no hidden passageways or anything, so
You spot hidden rolls for all that shit. You poke around something to make yourself feel better, and all that you know is that you're starting to shiver. And so you're thinking if you're going to climb, you should do it soon because otherwise, shivering cold, which is really bad when you're climbing.
I'll start climbing.
Excellent. Are you using your rope and pitons up to make the first part of the climb easier on these people?
No.
You know how far? Now, fuck, I'm taking my rope with me. He says, right. Climbs up there. What are you two doing? You watch him climb up there. By the way, also, nobody has like a head flashlight or anything. All your flashlights are pretty much handheld, and your crank flashlight works when you crank it.
okay. Yeah.
So, yeah, you kind of need both hands and both feet for climbing.
Wait. You have a phone
Glow stick.
with a
You give him a glow stick. Great. He sticks it in his teeth or something, and he's hoping that. Now, the bad thing is if he falls, he's definitely biting down when he hits. So
Stick it in my belt.
it's handier in your mouth just so you can see the handholds and stuff. Your dick doesn't need to see the handholds. It doesn't care. It has other priorities.
Oh,
He scampers away into the darkness, goes, disappears up there.
freedom.
What do you
All
two
right.
do?
I'm gonna climb.
All right. This is not a good time to fail.
Yep.
Hooray! And that leaves Glenn.
Oh, I made it.
Okay, good. Right, you guys climb up there. It is a super far climb. I'm going to need endurance rolls from everybody. If you fail it, you have to make another climb roll. If you succeed, you're fine. Climb roll full if you fail it. So
Made it.
I'm fine.
Yep.
Everybody
all
okay?
is fine.
you guys climb all the way up until you get onto some sort of looks like a natural stone bridge that doesn't look all that strong, crossing a 15-meter wide gap with no side super close by to hang on to. You guys climbed up from this pit thing, and it looks as though, now the biggest question, Freddie, since you're up there first, looking at it, there's a tunnel going off to the right and a tunnel going off to the left.
Sounds familiar.
With your stick in your mouth, you really can't see that far though. And so you're not given any hints as to which is better. So I just want to know left or right.
I wait.
You can't. You need
Oh,
to
I
get
can't.
off this. Your muscles are trembling because
Oh,
you've
okay.
been climbing for so fucking long that
Um,
you're ready to die.
I'll go left.
Got it. No problem. You're resting on some mine tracks that you found. They're super old and look like they haven't been used in forever. The other two, when they climb up, see your light. Would you like to join him?
Yes.
Yep.
You guys do so. You're sitting on some mine tracks and such there.
This looks like the mine in the Canadian frontier.
That'd explain why you're fucking freezing to death. You're thinking you need to get moving soon or die.
means there's a gate to Burlington that way.
Which way are you
Good.
pointing out of curiosity? Did you say left or right, Freddie?
I said left.
Got it.
It would be, well, I'm not sure which side of the chasm you put us on.
Nice.
So it's one way or the other.
Would you like to proceed down the tunnel or go back over the natural stone bridge? Those are your big choices right now.
Let's check the tunnel.
You guys continue down the tunnel. Eventually, you come to a 7-meter wide gap in the land. It's kind of a big split, and it has rotting timbers with bent, rusty metal tracks precariously crossing the hole. You could either do the real slow climb across it, or you could just say, fuck it, and walk over it like an acrobat.
Oh, I thought that was the bridge that we were at.
No, you were close to a natural land bridge that doesn't look all that strong, crossing a 15-meter wide gap with no side super close by to hold on to. So, cross.
Do the acrobat thing.
Excellent. Give me acrobatics and full to walk across it like a boss.
Ah!
You fall off, falling. You disappear into darkness with a scream. Eventually, they hear a crunch as you take 4d12 of damage and are somewhere else.
I'll reroll.
All right.
Great success.
1 hero point later, he walks across it like a boss. Would anybody else across it?
I'll do the slow climb.
Excellent. Give me you're pretty much bracing yourself against one or both of the tracks and edging across. I need a climb roll plus 10%, please. This is the slow and safe way, although the like a boss is much more boss.
I could look ahead and see if this is the way we need to go before you guys cross.
He crosses slow. He's crossing as you say that. What do you want to do, Dana?
I'll wait for recon.
Excellent. Right. You continued. Are you going with him, Freddie?
Yeah.
You two continue. Both of you give me listen rolls. There's a faint light up ahead.
Mid-listen.
You can hear a faint, regular howling noise. You're guessing it may be the wind.
I don't hear shit.
Perfect.
Okay.
You guys continue on. Eventually, you come to what looks like a bunch of boards and stuff that have been broken through, and beyond it, you see a horrible winter wasteland where it's snowing.
Wrong way.
Wrong way?
Yeah.
Oh, great.
Right. Both of you guys give me a climate plus 10 roll. Not you, Dana. You were smart and waited for the recon. Climate plus 10 roll to get across the 2 tracks over the 7-meter wide gap into darkness and death. That
made it.
Jewel, climate plus 10. Lovely. You guys both get across that. You get back to the mine tracks, pick up Dana, and right. Would you all like to cross the weak-ass looking natural stone bridge at once or spaced out?
One at a time.
All right.
Yeah.
This is back where you originally came up. So How would you like to cross it? You could either, pardon, carefully, crawling on your hands and knees. I need to climb it plus 40. If you want to just carefully walk across it, climb it plus 30. If you want to skip like a boss, just climb it plus 20.
I'll walk normally.
All right, climb it plus 30. It's pretty easy.
Walk. I hate it.
Excellent. Dana?
Walking.
Nice. Okay. Right. You guys eventually get to a ladder going up into darkness. The air is so cold here, your hands are, well, actually, your whole body's shaking. You're not even sure you're going to be able to make it up the ladder. Since you guys are super fucking cold, I need climbs at plus 10 to get up the ladder. This is mostly adrenaline.
I put on my gloves.
That's cool, but I mean, your whole body covered in wet mud and shit. You're not a happy bunny. But you climb it like a freak, yeah.
Yep.
It all comes down to Freddy. Is he going to die horribly? Oh, good. All right, you guys climb. First up is Scott. You find a very familiar-looking hatch with it's a round hatch with a round wheel in it.
I open it.
It opens easily, and you guys come out into Burlington. You all emerge into the, thank God it's warmer. Oh, I need a shower.
Civilization.
Pardon?
Oh. Civilization.
Yeah, well, you're back behind the last house on Elm Street. Get off my lawn, you hear. God knows this guy rather well. And right, you guys, would you like to head over to the bed and breakfast, get showers?
Yes.
Excellent. You guys do it, and that's nearly end of mission. Real quick, what would you suggest for titles for this?
Ladies First.
That is a fucking great title. Any other ideas?
Lost.
I would use that, but it's actually a copyrighted TV show that I completely ripped off for this. A bit too on the nose.
Yeah.
Welcome to the Jungle.
Yeah. Actually, I might put that in the text. I like Ladies First because poor Dana, Jesus. Any other ideas?
Silence.
The other two sessions were named Silence and Silence Part 2 when people were here. They love those fucking skulls.
Yeah.
I will put in the text Silence Part 3.